We all want massive biceps. For some reason, having an arm that looks like a leg is considered really cool, and a lot of people when they first walk into the gym will just train biceps, and then they'll train biceps, then they'll do chest for a while, and then they'll go back to biceps. There is a far simpler science to achieve the guns you want though, and in the case of the bicep, it's that less is more. My name is Simon Miller from Fitness Gains, and this is 6 tips to bigger biceps. Number 6, don't overwork them. I know, your number one goal in life is to have sleeve popping guns so that every time you walk past the mirror, you can have a cheeky look and smile. I get it. For some reason, the bicep falls into that vanity group along with the likes of abs and chest, and for a lot of people, it's more important than oxygen. Why even breathe if you can't hit a badass double bicep pose? Now, the best advice I can give you is to make sure your training is balanced, because that will help with your overall physique. But a more specific tip is to forget about training them every day and actually dial right back on how much you work them. People can pretend that overtraining isn't a thing, but it most definitely is, and furthermore, the biceps just don't need too much activation in order to see growth. If you're first starting out in the gym, I wouldn't train them more than twice a week tops, and even then, make sure this is restricted to 4 exercises total. And yes, that means 2 one day and then another 2 later in the week. You can even get away with only focusing on them once a week as long as... Number 5, train them with another muscle group. Some people have an arm day, and that's fine, especially if you enjoy it. If you're having fun with something, then you're more likely to go to the gym. And if you're going to the gym with a positive attitude, you're going to see progress regardless. However, if you also want to balance that out with solid progression, throw your bicep routine into the end of a workout when you've already trained something else. Back will always shoot to the top of this list as you'll be contracting your biceps during your back training. Lat pull-downs, rows and pull-ups all kick your biceps into gear, so you're actually pummeling them while also activating your back. You can work a contrasting muscle group too, so chest for example, as that will shock your body into growth. But if you're just starting out, I'd use that as a way to get over any potential plateaus you hit as opposed to starting here. On paper, back and bicep days are tried and tested, and there's a reason for that, and that reason is that they work. So make sure you've got a solid back routine in place, then throw a couple of isolation exercises for your biceps in at the end, and you're bound to see results. And then soon you'll be in the gym flexing your arms like you're some kind of beast. I mean, everybody else is going to be looking at you like you're an idiot, but you won't care because look at those peaks. It's a win-win for everyone. Number 4, remember, they're a small muscle. Biceps are tiny. Even if Hulk Hogan did claim to have 24-inch pythons, that wasn't all bicep. We'll get to that in a sec. But if you are training your biceps in the same way you train your legs, for example, well, you're crazy and you're on the wagon to losing muscle. That's not even a thing. When you are working out, you want to be intense to ensure you break the muscle down. But you also want to try and find a balance that you can recover and get back in the gym while remaining productive. Your muscle grows when it's resting, so destroying it for no reason is actually not a good thing. You're just holding yourself back from optimal gains. If your routine has the same amount of exercises for a larger muscle group as it does biceps, I try cutting those in half and seeing how you respond. Everyone is different, and your body may actually benefit from this hammering, but if you stop seeing growth in that area, it's certainly logical on paper. Number 3, go outside the box. Most bicep routines consist of curling in the squat rack and ruining everybody's gym experience, or just picking up a couple of dumbbells and curling till the cows come home, and that's fine. Curls are at the center of any good bicep routine, but don't keep doing the same thing over and over and then questioning why you aren't seeing progress. Shake things up and activate that bicep in the way you want. A great exercise for this is spider curls, allowing you to hit the entire bicep and presenting you with a far better challenge. Lay face down on an inclined bench, have 2 dumbbells or an easy bar lying on the floor in front of you, have your chin in line with the top of a bench before reaching down, grabbing the weight and then curling it up towards your face. As you've completely suspended your body, all the force is coming from your biceps and you're going to hit both parts of the muscle, the long and the short head. That's another piece of information to remember as well. Bi means 2, so make sure you're doing exercises that spark both into life. Don't forget your forearms either, because a stronger and bigger forearm is going to mean you're able to curl more, and that in turn is going to help your biceps so you can go out and buy new t-shirts that fit. Or you can just wear your old t-shirts that no longer fit anymore, but who would do that? Number 2, form overweight. This goes for any muscle group, but the amount of people that do pick up a couple of dumbbells and then start hurling them around even though they're clearly far too heavy is ridiculous, and this is only hampering your own progress. Plus, nobody thinks you look cool, and in fact you may look a bit silly, so just don't do that. Instead, start light and ensure you concentrate solely on form. You want to be keeping your elbows locked into your sides and curling the weight right up to the top of the movement before flexing your bicep and then slowly returning to the starting position. Letting the dumbbell go flying back past your side just so you can use that momentum to get another rep out is pointless. You're not going to see that much benefit really, and you'll probably hurt yourself in the process. No one cares what you're lifting, so put down the 40s, pick up a couple of 10s and think about the lift and take it slowly. And again, really flex that bicep at the top of the movement like you're trying to crush an orange in the crease of your arm. I promise you the next day, you're gonna hurt, but hurt in a good way. Number 1, train your triceps. You know why Hogan had the aforementioned giant arms? Because he trained his triceps. There's some bizarre myth that to have big arms you only train your biceps, and that's just dumb. You can't ignore a muscle group, especially when the other muscle group is actually bigger than the bicep to begin with. This is even more obvious when we do start referring to the names once more. Again, the bi in bicep means 2, whereas the tri in tricep means 3. So simple math tells us the tricep has 3 different parts as opposed to 2, so it's the bigger muscle. If you're not training it, you're missing out on the biggest trick yet to making it seem like you have a pair of arms that can crush fools. Whether you add it in following a chest workout or do throw it in there with your arm day, make sure you're doing something because otherwise you're hindering yourself beyond words. A good tricep routine has to be part of your week, and once again, you shouldn't train them like you train legs because that's just silly, but they do have to be trained if you want to get the bicep and the arm look that you're looking for, so make sure you do just that. Fitness Gains is made possible thanks to patreon.com/SimonMiller316, so please do head over there and support, like, share and subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. Comment below, and remember, no matter what your gym routine is, go out there and whip its ass.